Good morning, my friends. Good morning and happy Sunday morning. Hope you've had a great week. That's interesting. It took my auto speed run off since the last time we played. Now, I'm going to need to have a little bit of a reminder of where we actually got up to. I was planning on reviewing the previous video, but I did not have a chance to do that. We managed to restore the power. We managed to get ourselves a little tiny train, which is great. And we've gone and driven the train and we've busted down some rocks. But if I recall correctly, it's now not entirely obvious where we go now. There were a couple of bits and pieces that I thought, aha, that's clearly going to be the next place to go. But it did not seem to end up being as simple as all of that. So this episode we're going to continue just having a wander round and explore, settle in. It is, after all, Sunday morning cozy puzzles. This requires us to get down there, and this door here, which we can see through the porthole, so we can see the list of mayors in there. But this is locked. Apologies for missing the stream last week. I was actually incredibly ill. Oh, just so ill. I actually ended up in hospital for a couple of days, which is would not recommend. Would not recommend at all. So yeah, so that was my Thursday and Friday week before last, and got out of hospital Friday, and by Sunday morning I just was not up for doing anything still. Not even playing any video games, let alone streaming anything. Now feeling so much better, however, and we are good to continue our journey. Now, I need to have a little bit of a reminder. Is there somewhere here? Photos! Yes, here we go. So, what do we have? We had lockdown list. Lock tree gate, lock Farley's house, lock lower tower, lock upper tower. Turn off power. Activate the dome disabler. Okay. Pump water from tree roots. Turn on imager rocks. Close swing bridge. Divert river. So this lockdown list did happen. Oh, do you know what? We do have a number code, don't we, from Farley's house. Is there a way to go? Oh, there is a way to go next. Okay. So we know how to bust down these rocks. We can delete these rocks. That's fine. Not sure why we took 2 pictures of that. Not really sure why we have a picture of that either, to be fair. So yes, we took a picture of the backgammon board, just in case. Took a picture of the dogs. Again, just in case. Don't need that one. Someone's been playing some cards. 1436. That might be a phone number that we could try. That might be a phone number that we could try. The interestingly enough, so we got the train all the way up here, and we tried to shoot into the dome barrier to 0 effect. I think certainly the gravestones must be a clue as well. There's something up there. This game is going to be... Oh, no. I've been playing too much Quern. So, Quern. Let's chat Quern. If 1 stream a week is not enough for you to get your full 3D immersive puzzle game experience, and you need more, this Thursday, now that I've completed Forgotten City, this Thursday is going to be the first episode of Quern dropping over on the YouTube channel. So I'm not streaming that because I don't get the opportunity to stream that frequently. But let's put a little shout out to the YouTube in there. And if you enjoy this game, you will almost certainly enjoy Quern as well. And that's going to be dropping Friday. So go and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you would like more of this kind of puzzle game. Quern is not Cyan Worlds, incidentally. Quern is a different independent developer who has only done one game so far. They have only made Quern. But it's good. It's good. I have certainly struggled with it, but I will leave that fairly spoiler-free, or as spoiler-free as possible. Oh, and there wasn't anything, no, there was just a letter in here, wasn't there? And this letter was from CW. So Farley is Caroline Farley. "5 days, not a soul has returned. So they all left to go somewhere, but CW didn't. And Caroline didn't either." Right, so we've seen CW at his vault. It's in the garage. Would be nice to bust those rocks down, but I don't think there is any way to turn my my guy around, because from here that angle's going to be too sharp when pointing this direction. Oh, hang on a second. We could totally shoot those rocks from the train if it's pointing this direction from there. We could totally get that. Let's go. Let's drive my little train. What do we say, gang? It's not it's not a Cyan game if there isn't a little train. Do you know what? I've just realised that I forgot to tell any of my IRL friends that I'm actually online. Let's have a quick, I'm just going to quickly text that out. I mean, to get affiliate, you got to up those. The hardest one to get, right, 50 followers is okay to get. The hardest one to get is concurrent viewers, right? Because it's got to be average concurrent viewers over at least 7 streams, right? So you've got to stream at least 7 different days of the month, or 7 different days within the last 30 days, let's say. But of those 7 streams, you need to have 3 average viewers each stream. There we go. Okie dokie. Okay, which way are we going? But yeah, Quern. I would give Quern, currently, I would give Quern a... Oh, no, wait. We're facing the opposite way to what I expected. Well, in that case, then, we should still be able to shoot the rocks, right? Can we get to these rocks from here? Yeah, we can get to these rocks from here. Pew, pew, pew! No, not that. Wait. There we go. We've done it! Ah! These controls, man. Okay, exit the train. We've got now a new path. Here we go. We've busted down some rocks and we have something that's open. Okay. What is this? A distillery. And a little plane. Okay. It's a little bar. And a landmine. What? That definitely has kind of landmine vibes to it, right? The Nightopia. I've got to get out of the habit of pressing spacebar expecting that to be a jump. Okay, we'll take a picture of it. Don't know what that is going to be for. Nice. Okay. Perils of the Sea. Okay, it's a little recipe there. Motang Blast. Aratai. Coconut Hooch. Spice Shy. I tell you what, for people marooned on an alien planet, they definitely had a variety of cocktail ingredients available to them, didn't they? On the other hand, though, hanging flowers, fire plant leaves. These are local ingredients, right? Purple mushrooms. Plant type attributes. That looks like that's going to be important somehow. Okay. Hidden message at the end of the record, do we reckon? Crash site. What is this? That's a broken lamp of some kind. We've got a battery here. Looks like something could go into the end of that, like a propeller, for example. This sounds like it's on a very short loop. Oh, that has changed. Not really sure what to make of this room, really. But okay. Well, let's take photographs of each of these. Motang Blast and Perils of the Sea. So we've got some local ingredients here. Fire plant leaves, marrow fruit, spice shy, marrow fruit, fire plant. And here, so this is going to be the dome that we're in, presumably, right? I wonder what the black circles are. Well, I wonder what any of these represent. Presumably that's the town at the bottom. Well, if I was hoping for a big old area of revelation, I am somewhat disappointed. I was also somewhat hoping to find somewhere that I could turn my train round in honesty, because the fact that I'm facing forward in this direction still remains a minor inconvenience, to be honest. Because of the way that we can't turn around. The fact that these sleepers are a different colour is almost certainly going to be important as well. But it really does feel like that rock, for example, should be movable. Or it's sort of like... Do you know what? It's like a sphere was teleported away again, isn't it? Yeah. So the magical space acorn teleports volumes of space, or it swaps volumes of space. So this needs to be moved out of the way if we want to make use of this track here, right? Because it's blocked. Warning, do not approach anything that even remotely resembles this diagram unless it has been disabled. But anyway, so we're facing forwards this way, which means we're then going backwards this direction, backwards, backwards, backwards. So we can go backwards down here, and then we hit the fence. Or we go backwards down here, backwards, 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 and we end up back either in the garage where we started, or we end up going backwards down here. But this never loops widely enough to be able to blast these rocks out of the way. So these rocks are also red rocks. Okay. Let's go and check out that telephone. We've not done anything to open that up. I'm also kind of interested, is CW interested in talking to us any further? Because we've got the power on. What was CW's last instruction to us now that we have the power on? Don't fully recall. Bing bong.
We ain't making further progress till you disable that red mofang beam.
The red mofang beam.
Get through the wall of this cell.
Disable the red mofang beam. Is that this one? We could probably get to that. Oh, why is this not working now? Excuse me. Oh, is it because I've... Oh, it's because I've diverted the... Because I've diverted the river, there's now no power to this. But you need to be up there to be able to open and close the sluice gate. So that's no good. Can't get back up there then. Oh no, can get back up there. I could totally just ride this lift. Or climb these stairs. Can I climb these stairs? No, this takes me to the indoor part of this area. Aha, right, so there's an area which is now closed off to me. Back sort of through there. So that's what we need to get disabled, is it?
Alright, now move around just a bit.
This is awkward.
Oh.
Why are you so nervous? This is just a test.
Okay, now what? Okay, that's enough.
Haha.
Well, I swear, you are a natural.
So that's Caroline Farley then.
Anyway, are the Mustangs just giving you stuff now?
Generously. Not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth.
Hello, Yummy Sushi in the chat. How are you doing today? I presume that's just gonna... Right, that's just gonna play the same message back again. So CW's their engineer. Mofang Disabler. Okay, designed to say... Right, this is the blue beam. Blue beam cloud is within about 1.5 feet of any Mofang device. Elements physically collapse. Reassembly is possible but not trivial.
Generously. Not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth.
Right, here's the lockdown checklist. Fine. CW, please change Farley's lock code to secure the vault. We have now got Tagana Vaughan is now following. Welcome. So, Mayor Jansen, please change Farley's lock code to secure the vault. Her address backward should suffice. Right, well we know what Farley's address is. Oh! We know where the... Yeah, we know that code. That would be the keypad that we saw earlier. What does this button do? Can we move this around somehow? We totally can. Okay, what are we going to try and point this at, though? We could try blowing that up. Did that do anything for us, blowing that up? Or is that just, you know, by means of demonstration? Because we can't get to that red beam with this guy. We could blow this thing up. I mean, as amusing as that is, I'm not sure if that actually did anything. Anyway, okay. Farley's address, code to the vault. Ah, Tegan, you're from the Cozy Coven Discord. Welcome. Yes, the Cozy Coven. It's a great Discord. Thank you for helping me to get closer to my dreams of being a Twitch affiliate. So we're going to make our way back to the vault. The power's on, so the keypad should be active. If it's Farley's address backwards, we'll see if that opens up that room for us. It should be just round the corner here somewhere. Okay. Now, Farley's address is here somewhere. Okay, so we're looking at 6341. Let's try it. OMG, we're in. Hacker voice. I'm in. It's a house. It's a house. What do we have? A map. Definitely useful. Okay. 15? 51? Lots of paper to read. So welcome to this, our cozy Sunday morning audiobook stream. Seed information. Ambassador seeds were first documented about 150 Earth years ago. They occur once about every 400 days if the trees remain healthy. Natural seed swaps occur between pairs of seeds that we now know dropped simultaneously from healthy trees in the paired sphere. When each seed was touched by a species in sphere, the swap occurred, sending an ambassador from each sphere to the paired sphere. Incidentally, if this is your first time seeing a Cyan puzzle game, there is inevitably a lot of reading to be done. If you're watching this on YouTube in the future, feel free to skip ahead, because this is often, well, I say often, my only basis of comparison is Myst so far, in honesty. But the Myst books were steeped in lore, steeped in backstory, not so prevalent on the clues. But we should read them anyway, just in case there are clues in here. So the location of the swap is defined by the locations of the pairs of seeds after the first stop of the steeds recharge quickly, allowing for a quick return. First meetings were intense but naturally short. It was quite a surprise for both the Mofang and us. Oh, so the Mofang aren't the ones doing the swap. The swap is some kind of naturally occurring phenomenon. The Mofang, incidentally, are the aliens that live on this planet. Over time, the seeds required more time to recharge, producing longer visits between species. How many pages have we got here? Okay, just a couple more pages. So collector seeds. Everyone who arrives is familiar with the collector seeds, the bright light that we were all drawn to right before the event that brought us here as a collector seed. What new arrivals may not be aware of is that these seeds come in pairs. When the tree drops a collector seed on the ground, it signals that its twin has begun its quest for a new being. That search may take hours or years. When an appropriate situation, unnatural threat of death, is found, the seed activates and swaps a smaller but varying size sphere from Earth, or whatever appropriate homeworld, here to Hunrath. Hunrath is this planet. As Hunrath became more populated... Well, Hunrath I think is actually the town rather than the planet. As Hunrath became more populated, we would watch for newly dropped collector seeds, collect it and place it in the entry canyon area. This allowed us to provide a more predictable entry experience for new arrivers and provide a single area to collect any resources that may come along with the new arriver. That's very smart. Unlike ambassador seeds and mother seeds, collector seeds do not seem to survive. Their inner core is spent, leaving only life as outer husk. Mother seeds, first suggested by Amelia Hamza, BH, that's an interesting date system. The notion of mother seeds extrapolates the behaviour of the lesser seeds to a superseed. She posited that the process that actually created the paired spheres was similar to all other swaps, but on a much grander scale. The idea is the two seeds from a mother tree were scattered on the galactic winds to find appropriately similar environments. When matches were found, some process was triggered that swapped large portions of landscape between vastly different worlds. Elima further noted that the trees' locations in the centre of the spheres suggested that the trees grew from these mother seeds. Oh, so the tree is in the middle of the Hunrath sphere. That would make sense, okay. Because of the similarities, it has been conjectured that the re-swapping the entire environmental spheres might be possible with a larger scale version of the ambassador seed machine. So, our theory from earlier about can we get those spheres re-swapped to reconnect that bit of railway might be possible. Ambassador seed machine. Let's read this letter. It's a premium legal pad. Ooh, okay. Communication. Talking with our neighbours. We take communication for granted, even with varied language we find here in Hunrath. But when we suddenly find ourselves among other intelligent species who don't share our culture, history, DNA, or vocal cords, it requires a huge amount of effort for the beginning of rudimentary chatting. This quick overview will set the stage for what is expected when communicating with our neighbours. The Mofang were the first non-humans we met, with at least some level of similar physical vocal generating abilities. They picked up human words quickly. This early mimicry resulted in what the species came to be called. Even though they were able to mimic single words and simple phrases, it became evident over the years that huge grammatical differences were not easily overcome. Some have proposed that the difficulty may have arisen because the Mofang insisted on attempting to learn every human language, and as a result were never able to lock into any consistent grammatical structure. Nevertheless, in spite of the rudimentary sentence construction, it has been very easy to communicate, and it has been unnecessary for us to learn their language beyond a few simple phrases and proper names. If you'd like to learn more about communication with the Mofang, please contact Tam. The Villain, they have presented a particular communication challenge. Oh, so there's two alien species, right. From what we can gather, they produce sounds using two large reed-like structures inside opposite sides of their head. The vibration generated a channel to resonance chambers in their skulls where they are combined into a complex low-frequency dual tone. The low-frequency bitonal sounds are not only hard for humans to hear and resolve, but impossible for us to mimic. And the Villain's hearing is also oriented towards low frequencies, so they're unable to hear most of the sounds associated with human speech. Therefore, communication with the Villain has relied on technology. They have adapted consoles, which the Villain fluently control with vocalization for use by other species. Over the years, some individuals of other species, including a few humans, have learned to communicate very effectively using this method. Humans have been able to pick out some higher frequency characteristics of certain key Villain words over the years. Although we can't speak to them in a way that they can understand, we are occasionally able to hear and recognize these words when spoken distinctly by the Villain. If you'd like to learn more about Villain communication, contact Vito. And then we've got the Arai, which we've not heard about before, I don't think. So none of the stages of the Arai morphology have any vocalization apparatus. Because of the obvious synchronization of the barnacle flash and the ability of the pawns to provide for and address the needs of the polyarchs, it was assumed that the species could communicate effectively. It was not until Farley began to spend large amounts of time in the polyarch antechamber that the first clues to this communication became evident. After months of research, Farley began to have limited success with receiving some kind of simple messages that were coming from the polyarchs. It is apparent now that the polyarchs have been attempted to communicate the entire time, but they themselves have been experimenting with various channels until they finally got a response from Farley. After this breakthrough, others were able to tune into the polyarchs and learn to listen. Both the polyarchs and the pawns have a simple organ that can sense human vocal frequency, allowing them to sense simple responses from humans, but over the years Farley was able to learn to speak to the polyarchs via a related form of extrasensory transmission. If you're interested in more, contact Farley. Okay, then we've got species description. That's the Arai. And the Villain. Aha. Okay. We might come back and read that if we get stuck. This one, the entire landscape outside of our circle of desert could only be described as alien. Large floating rocks could be seen in the distance. No one has seen anything like it anywhere on Earth. We finally explored our new surroundings, hoping to find a way home. No way home was ever found. In fact, we soon discovered that we take for granted now not only could we not get back home, we also could not access the landscape outside the desert. Curiously, we discovered that the flow of water was provided from a high point of rock, and we discovered a small tree growing on the very centre of the circle. Our central tree that is important to our lives here was first just a mere sapling back then. And here we have, I shall document the curious events that have something with myself, my family, friends, and co-workers. Hartnell was a peaceful something town founded by my grandfather, nestled within the red rock of the desert on the Arizona Territory. It's 163 inhabitants. Had a mighty explosion on the night of June 27th, 1903. I sent several workers through the town to verify the explosion had not caused any injuries or damage to mining equipment. So let's make a note of that for later, if a date is needed. Okay. We returned. There must have been a long clap of thunder caused by lightning on damage. It was not the light of the next morning that we were amazed to realise that something profound had indeed occurred. At some point during that night, our entire mining facility and a large circle of the land around it seemed to have been scooped up and carried off to a completely different place, all without anyone knowing about it. Okay. What do we have here? Oh! We have some kind of X marking the spot for us there. Welcome, says the whiteboard. Is this Farley's house? Oh, sweet. Shortcut unlocked. Nice. What do we have in here? Welcome to Hunrath. Excellent. Please give us a bit of information about you so we can get to know you a little better. Name, date you came from. Please use a 4-digit year. Where you came from, country and city. Circumstances under which you were taken. Please note any dangers that you noted. So we got Samuel Karen from 2017, Madagascar. I'd just arrived and was driving my supply truck along the coast south of Manakana when I recall being washed away and the seed appeared. We've then got 1942. So we do have some time travel aspects to this, right? Because this guy from 1942 has written in this book after Samuel Carnan has in 2017. So the seeds travel through time is the implication. The last thing I recall is a large rumbling while I was hiding in the cellar of a vacant building. I ran towards a bright light in the stairwell. We've got Maria Galaggio from September 1988. On my boat in a bad storm. Someone from 2042. Skiing. Mount Hood. Okay. So someone from the future. What else have we got here? Some children's stuff, a chair, a recorder, which is stuck in recording. Let's rewind that to the start.
Well, I feel like I should.
Just pointing out here that, like, if you were born after, let's say, 2000, like if you're less than, I don't know, 25, 30 years old, are you going to know how to operate this?
I should say something. We haven't heard from Shavar. So, well, so we assume that Shavar, well, the attack is inevitable. We just don't know when. So, Shavar and her family and others she trusts, I guess. Well, they'll arrive when they can,
Mm-hmm.
without giving, like covertly. So the plan will happen in spite of our. We're locking down as much as possible here and moving everybody out.
Mm-hmm.
CW will stay here, and I'll go to Murray at the last possible moment.
Okay, so what's Murray?
Most are gone. There's just a few left here now. The mayor got out early. I don't even know why I'm recording this. It's like somehow we'll live on or something. I guess this has meaning if someone listens, but who? A new one? A new arriver. Oh, God, the kiosk out front. I need to update that message.
The kiosk out front. Okay. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Is that the end of the message there? Needs to update the message on the kiosk out front. I don't think she did update the message on the kiosk out front. There's a different side.
We all lost everything. Everything but our stories. And they shouldn't be forgotten. I was 3. It was April of 1983. Cecil, it was 1870 for you. Sam and Vera, you tell it like it was yesterday, but it's been 62 years since you saw that blast of light. And that's where all of our news stories began, that light. It streaked across the sky.
Is this the same text from the introduction of the game?
Some of you were alone. I wasn't. My dear grandma, God bless her, rejoiced as if it was some forebearer of good fortune. Vera, you said you recall smiling. None of us understood. But, well, we followed. Whether it was in the deep woods like Cecil or right outside town like Jane and Jenny, we were drawn to see more. Grandma lifted me from the carriage on the porch and walked into the yard so we could watch it unobstructed. Even in daylight, Joseph, you said it was gloriously bright. But in the twilight, it was spellbinding. And we all felt some kind of trepidation, and yet attraction as we approached it, and it approached us. So close, so radiant, and the sound deep and vibrant, organic. You all remember, there was no turning away.
Oh.
I was watching the sunrise.
It was about 2:30 in the morning. December 26, 1948.
May 7th, 2009. September 3rd, 1995.
I was down by the river.
I was hiking in the desert.
In the park with my grandson. I looked up and saw a brilliant flash of light.
Exploded in the sky.
The light it flew into the clouds and shined some shade and it disappeared. I looked around and, you know, this.
See if there's anyone around. See if anyone else has seen what I have seen.
There was no one around. They all saw it too.
Mom definitely saw it.
Well, it was just beautiful. There was something calming about it. Yeah, I don't want to tell you, I was kind of freaking out. I tried to follow it, trying to get a better look at it. Wanted to see it again. I came to a place where it had disappeared or looked, but I found nothing. And it streaked through the sky again.
It seemed like it was looking for something.
Looking for someone. And then it found me. And it found me.
Found me.
Found me. Found me. Found me. Found me.
It found me.
Okay. So, we've definitely got a bit of... these are the pictures of the aliens. Nice. So we're definitely getting a bit of lore and backstory here. My brother, small and nice, sings constantly, as noisy as a rock concert. If only he would be quiet. Oh. Now, what do we have here? Seed pair. Find plants with similar atmospheres. Find planets with similar atmospheres. Swap. So that's Mofang. Heart connected path when mature. Heart superposition. 4 species met. What happens at fruition? Swap where, home when, maybe dead. More seed pairs scattered throughout the universe. Why scattering? Right, so we are swapping these 2 locations, but also the Arai and the Villain are also being swapped as well, is the implication. We have more cards here. 2 kings and 3 eights. Important? Maybe. For now, though, let's have a look just south of this tree. Well, how would we get there? So we've got a tower. So Farley's, we go through the wall. Kind of looks like there's something over here as well. But then you've got, okay, the rail yard. So that's the rail yard sphere there. Bleeder Lake. Supplies fuel. Entry Canyon. Yeah, okay, right. I'm getting my bearings now. Yeah, so that's the tunnel. That's the tunnel that we busted open there. There's a tunnel here which leads to, of course, the there's a tunnel here which of course leads to the bar, which isn't on this map. Right. So we're looking at sort of the back of the rail yard, or on top of the wall, or around the tower. Well, we can't get on top of the wall very easily. Let's go and have a little look. So it's sort of up there is where the... is where we're being pointed towards with that circle. If there was an obvious way to get up there, I dare say I would have already been up there by now. there's the tower. This door is not open. Now this whole ball can rotate around, but no, it doesn't look like we can get up there. Get up there easily. So, looks like we can get up there if we pull these stairs down. How do we pull these stairs down? Very likely that it's that thing. Which means we've got to get up there first, and then pull the stairs down from up there. So that's probably not the way to get up there. Oh, there's the other side of that tower. This leads round to the tree, which we've been round this path before, of course. This is still locked up, even though like that gap between the door and the like you could definitely shim that open. You probably, it's wide enough. You probably stick your fingers straight through there. So here's the tree at the very center of the sphere. Now we can get up there, we can only go that far. We cannot get onto that part. And other than that, we're sort of back here. I tell you what, Farley lucked out massively, didn't she? Just having her entire house teleported here. Or, well, most of her entire house teleported here. That's not bad, is it? So she said she needed to change this recording, but she never clearly actually got that far. Oh no, oh she did update it.
To be blunt, we're getting ready for a battle. I don't know what you'll find. I just thought I should. Just be cautious with who you trust. CW may be here. I don't know. Just be careful. I've got to go.
And don't panic. As jarring as this experience is, you really will find Hunter out to be a decent price.
Well, except no one's here. Dungeon Dragonborn in the chat. Hello. Happy Sunday morning. How are you doing today? Okay. So this... It is a happy Sunday morning. Well, that's excellent. So this circle... We can't get up there yet. So that's going to be a big problem. We're going to try fiddling around with that battery a little more. 15 is also certainly something we can try. What would 15 be in reference to, though? And why would it have these lines around the outside of it? Tricky one. So the upstairs of this building appears to be not accessible because the building has just sort of half teleported into the rock. So that's fine. I'm not sure there's much in the way of actual clues here. So there was a date that we wanted to look at. And some explanation about how all the aliens communicate and so on. But again, as we've come to start expecting, this new area hasn't really been an immediate slam dunk in terms of giving us an obvious clue for what to do next. Ominous music going there. Blimey. Okay. CW reckons we need to get this red beam shut off. That seems to be his advice, anyway. We can certainly go and fiddle around with that battery a little bit more. And, do you know what? Let's ring his doorbell and see if he fancies giving us a hint. You got any further instructions for us, CW? The red beam? Well... Oh! Oh! Can I just get on my little train and... Yes, of course, because the blue... Oh, of course, because the blue train... Where did I park my little train? It's over here, I think, isn't it? Does that count as asking for a hint? I guess it does. I don't know. Nah, it's within game. So, we take this, because of course the blue beam disrupts any Mofang technology. Any Mofang technology, right? Including the red beam. On the other hand, though, are we even going to be able to shoot it? Because we're going to be facing the wrong direction, right? Like, it's currently behind a bit of scenery there. Hang on, let's get out and actually, like, scope this out, right? Because we're going to be riding backwards this way. Backwards. Oh, we could... Yeah, we'd be backwards this way, but we'd be able to shoot it from about here, I reckon. Okay, cool. Let's get in our little train. Good morning, Meredith. How are you doing? Happy Sunday. Hope you're having a great end to your week. Okay, now we're going to reverse this down here. Which way is this set? Yep, that's set correctly. That's good. Alright, that should be sufficient. So we'll turn on our little laser. About there. Pew pew pew, pew pew pew. Alright. What the hell happened there? Well, CW better know what he's doing, because that definitely did a thing. Bing bong! Hello! Okay.
Especially for a new arrival like yourself.
Arriver.
Alright. That tree, the really big, strange one in the middle.
Yep.
Well, shoot. It's a central piece that's connected to everything. The cell wall, the dome, them seeds, the root beneath it, all of it. It's one of the
Probably hear the train going in the background there. I've got my windows open because it is so hot in the UK today.
sounds like a load of Buddhist malarkey. Farley would bust hearing me spout this. I really don't get it. Regardless of what it sounds like, we need all of it to be, well, healthy. All of it. Shoot, I'll spell it out for you. You gotta
Water the
get
tree.
below the tree,
Yep, fine.
hard, connect it all back up. Yeah, there's a cable up next to my big battery out there. If you haven't already, can you plug it in for me? It's one less thing for me. It's not the best time to be explaining this stuff. Where's the jizzy?
Okay. So, yes, I can totally plug your battery back in for you. Yes, I know that I need to go to the bottom of that tree. How do I get in there? That's less clear. Have I already plugged this back in? Yeah. Yeah, I already plugged it in for you. Okay. How would I get to the bottom of this tree? Ooh. Right. So the water's flowing there now. Can't go over there, that's a little bit too precarious. What I need is my little train. I could ride my little train over there, if there was a way to get the little train up here. It wouldn't be a Cyan game without a little train. Okay. Probably have to move all of that out of the way, somehow. Like, the train was here on this lift, but that's not going to be able to get onto the tracks. So I've hooked up your little battery for you, CW. I trade you. Hook up your battery for give me another hint on what to do next.
You ain't got the horse sense to get all the trees and roots connected. And my battery.
Well, I've done your battery.
Well, my
Oh, blimey. Alright. So, trees and roots need connecting. What does that even mean? The tree's already connected to its roots. That's sort of pretty fundamental to how trees work. So how would I get underneath this tree. Now, Meredith, I assume you mean by chilling with your 2 favourite clients, I'm assuming these favourite clients are furry clients, right? So, we need to get down there. That's clear. Open that up. To get down there, well... I mean, it might be through here. Is there a stair? Yeah, it looks like there's a ramp downwards. The fact that there's a porthole tells me that we're probably expected to glean some kind of information by looking through this hole. I mean, I see a list of mayors, but not much else through that hole. Would there be another entrance to it? Or how else could I get my little train up there? I mean, there's rocks in the way over there, so that's not going to work, clearly. I mean, what did shooting the Mofang device actually even do? Like, it made the whole dome turn golden, right? But all of the writing suggests that you can't leave the bubble anyway. Oh! What happened? Wait. We're now somewhere totally different. What the heck? So where are we now? So if I go back here, do I go back to where I was? Yes. What? What? Okay. So this through here. So where are we now then? Hidden portal. So where are we? This is the other side of the... That's the train yard. Right there. So we're still in the bubble. We've just been teleported around. We're still in the bubble. We've just been teleported to another entrance in the bubble. So we left here. The entrances and exits are green. We left here and we've come back. Have we come back opposite? Have we come back in the scrapyard? Is it? Well, this just blows the game open now, right? Are we coming back opposite ourselves? We're going to need to experiment with where we're entering and exiting. But this now gives us a huge amount more to explore. Hello. Wow, yeah, a huge amount more to explore. Including, right, I tell you what, including, there's a set of rails which goes off into the bubble, right, into the bubble wall. which presumably is going to transport us to another set of rails which we are now going to be able to use. Possibly even these ones. It is indeed these ones. Right, so now we're going to be able to run our little train. And if I recall correctly, we are facing forwards at this point, right? So we're going to run our little train. Running, 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 running. We've already just opened that up, which is excellent. We can run it backwards now this way, which is possibly not terribly helpful for us, but okay, whatever. In fact, we might as well just open this up now, right? Yep. So we've just opened this up, which is kind of handy. And it loops us round. We can open up the other thing. Alright, cool. Great. So, pin that. Yeah. First of all, right. So we now have a train loop, which we can ride around to swap the orientation of our train, which means the loop, which means the rocks that we weren't able to open earlier, we now can open. Right. Pin that. First of all, we're going to continue to look as to how all of these link to each other. Yeah, because we've got a lot of different ones to explore now. So this railway track here, this did come out indeed over here. We can get on top of the wall by getting out of one of these other exits, because there's an exit here quite clearly. There's an exit here on the cemetery as well. So, cemetery exit. Okay, where has this deposited us? We're up on the wall. That's on top of... Wait, what? Hang on. Where has this deposited us? That's the waterfall over there. Here's the waterfall. Yeah, I think it has deposited us up on the wall. So in which case, what is this then? Wait, what? Hang on, hang on. Now I'm getting very confused, because this... Okay, no, now I'm super duper confused. Sorry, wait. That's the swing bridge. Man, I gotta draw a better map than this. Maybe I need to get this map into the Miro board so that we can just switch back and forth to it easily. In fact, do you know what? Let's actually do that, right? So we're gonna grab that. We've not needed to use the Miro board yet in this stream. So let's go and deposit that screenshot down, and there we go. There is our Miro board. So, what have we discovered? We have discovered that this guy here we will call A. And A links to somewhere in the plateau. I think it's like here. Right. And we've checked out this one. So we've also checked out B and C. And B and C also kind of... I think B was that one, right? And C... Now, do you know what? Maybe that's A there. And C is over here. So it might be that it's depositing us opposite. But then we've just tried to go out of this one. And where we've ended up is... Oh no, where we've ended up is here. Oh, these might be two different entrances. Maybe? I don't know. So we definitely want to find that one there. Right, because here's the waterfall. Yeah, so we are looking this way towards the waterfall right now. Yeah, okay, so we're around like A or D right now, but actually where we need to get to is the entrance that's going to deposit us on top of the wall. Just want to open that up and... Yeah, okay. Oof, so much to explore. We're not going to have time to explore it all today, but that's great because I do love to end these. On a bit of a cliffhanger. Okay. So what other edges can we get to then? Right? If we're looking at this. If we are looking at this, what other edges can we get to? We can't get it to here. I don't think we can get to this one. How would we get to that edge? We might only be limited actually to these edges for now, come to think of it. We can certainly bust down the rocks that are there. I don't think we can get to that. Oh, hang on, scrapyard. Oh, I think B might have dropped us into the scrapyard. So maybe that's B, C, D. No, B, C, A, and then D is like here. Maybe. I think they're all sort of connected to each other on that one. Yes, 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 because where we want to get to is we want to get to... Right, yes, 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 so that's that one. Yeah, so actually I am slightly miscalibrated here. So I think B is actually this one down here in the scrapyard. Right. So then that's C. That one there is A. That's D. There is one here. One here. And that should get us to this one. And it should get us to this one. And those are the exits. I think those are all the exits. So we need to get to that one somehow, which gets us into here, and we need to get to this one somehow gets us to there. But that's a little bit strange, right? Because we got Fart Bubbler in the chat. Doing notes outside the game means it's getting good. It is getting good. It is getting good. We've just found out how to teleport around the map. blows the game right open, that does. So we've got an exit here. Now this is the slightly confusing part, right? So we can't get up to here. This needs the swing bridge. Oh, maybe that's it. Maybe that's just it. Wait. If I come around here... The difficulty is... So we need the swing bridge straightened. That's fine. We can do that. Not controversial. Which will allow us to lower that. Which means we can then put the swing bridge back where it was, because we now have a way of getting back up there. Fine. The controversial part is to get into there. I think you might have to leave this one. But I'm pretty sure we need to enter this one to be able to get to this, to be able to get to the tower here, right? Because I think the only entrance to the tower is to teleport into it. Which means there must be other ones. Okay. I have a feeling that... Because I don't think we can get to this one either. I'm not sure how we would even get up to there. So I have a feeling that what we're going to do, we're going to get our little train... We're going to run our little train around the loop here. We're going to turn our train around. We're going to come back to these rocks. We're going to blast these rocks open. I say we're going to blast these rocks open. But we're actually going to be wrapping up the stream reasonably soon. But what we're going to do is we're going to take our train for a little ride anyway. I think we've made brilliant progress today. I'm really happy with that. Certainly, opening up the dome has made significant changes to how we can now get around. Was that one of the things on CW's lockdown list? If I look at the list of things he needs to lock down. Treegate, Farley's house, lower tower, upper tower, lift minecart into the workroom, turn on the Mofang disabler. Right, so I've disabled the Mofang disabler. Shut garage door, pump water from tree roots. So we've corrected that. Turn on the image rocks, close the swinging bridge, divert river, turn off power, activate. Oh, activate the dome disabler. So we've deactivated the dome disabler. The Mofang disabler. Oh well, I think the blue thing was already active, wasn't it, when I came this far? So we've so we're gradually just unlocking down the whole town. Alright, time for a little train ride. Now, as I said earlier, if you are enjoying this game, certainly check out the YouTube channel. At the moment, I am playing my way through Quern, which is a very, very similar game to this. It is not, it's not Cyan Worlds. It is by a different indie developer. I believe also, I believe it is a one-person development studio. Choo choo, exactly. Well, you know, our slightly unofficial song, it wouldn't be a Cyan game without a little train. Okay. I mean, ever since Myst, I mean, is a tiny train just the Cyan game signature by this point, really. Haven't played Riven, haven't played Myst 3. If they don't have trains in them, I'm going to be phenomenally disappointed, frankly. I'm just going to be beside myself with grief. But if you enjoy Obduction and you enjoy Myst, check out Quern on the YouTube channel. The first episode of that is going up this Thursday. I'm having a great time with that game. It's a nice, cozy, it's a relaxed puzzler. It's hard, though. It is proper hard. I was told, erroneously, I might add, that Quern was a lot easier than Myst and Obduction. I don't know. We haven't got particularly far with Obduction yet, but I'm finding Quern really quite difficult. So if you enjoy seeing me properly struggle with some puzzles, go and check out Quern on the YouTube. And let's just quickly put a quick shout out into the channel. Right there. And as I say, that's going to be up on Thursday. This recording, the recording of this stream, is going to be up on that YouTube channel Wednesday. And then tomorrow evening we are going to be streaming Taiji right here on twitch.tv/thatdesignfeel, and then my Taiji playthroughs go up on Fridays on the YouTube. Taiji, if you've not heard of it, is a brilliant game. It is more of a traditional puzzler rather than a 3D immersive puzzler. Very much kind of like, it's a traditionally gated puzzle game, but it's really good. If you've ever played The Witness, Taiji is a game very much in a similar vein to The Witness. If you want to go into that blind, I would certainly recommend going into that blind if it's your kind of game. But if you want to come and have fun on the stream, sometimes the creator of the game literally turns up to the stream, and he's a great guy, very funny. So that is Monday evening. Okay. For today, though, we are going to wrap up this stream here. I'm going to leave us on a little bit of a cliffhanger so that we've got something that we're guaranteed to be able to do in the next stream. Okay? But thank you very much for coming along today. Thank you very much for following the channel and going and subscribing on the YouTube. It's been great having you here. I'm going to see you next Sunday, same time for this stream. Oh, no, sorry, no, next Sunday is Father's Day, so I'm not going to be here next Sunday. So we might do bonus stream some point in the middle of the week, which might be a different game. Otherwise, we will see you certainly on Monday evenings for Taiji. The next episode of this will be in 2 weeks' time. Not next Sunday, because I'm going to be going and having pancakes for Father's Day. It's going to be great. Alright, thanks very much, everyone. See you in a couple weeks' time. Bye-bye.